Okay, great to be back again, guys. I have a topic here today I've been waiting to bring forward to you. This topic is a need, and nobody's really addressing what we're about to talk about, but someone needs to do something and say something because people are taking advantage. Businesses are taking advantage for the sake of money, for the illnesses and weaknesses of others. So, to clarify where we're going with this today, I want to be glad to be here. Glad you are here. And from this point on, let's hop right into it. Today's topic, we're going to cover mental illness. Mental illness. And we have some issues with mental illness, and I want to bring it to light. First off, when we have someone who's mentally ill, we have to analyze them a certain way. We just can't look at every mentally ill person the same way, because there's levels of them. There's levels of mentally ill. In somebody's book, I might be classified as mentally ill. But the point still remains, there's different levels of mental illness. I might be classified as a functional mentally ill person. But once again, there are different levels of mental illness. So, I bring that to you because lately, in the past several years, we've been having a lot of crimes that are really unnecessary and no need for it. We have people pushing people on the train, onto the subway platforms, robbing people in broad daylight right in front of other people. Not to say that the way to do it is in the dark, but I'm just saying there's no, how do I put it? It's just reckless behavior. I guess that's the best way to say it. It's just a lot of reckless behavior. And then once the person gets caught, if they're caught, what do we hear next? Oh, this person has a history of mental illness, which now leads me to the next point. You know the person has a history of mental illness. That means they have already been seen by some form of psychologist or doctor, or even been inside of a mental institution already. So my question is now, why is this person back on the street if they're mentally ill? Mental institutions are not curing the problem. You're not fixing anything. What do? You dope them up with some sort of medication, which somebody's making a fortune on the back end, which is, I think, sad that in society today we find that, hey, whatever works, you're going to even try and make money off of someone that can't fend for themselves, someone that is actually mentally ill. You're going to dope them up, keep them in a mental institution for, 30, 60 days, depending on whether or not it's a voluntary situation or involuntary situation. And then you need some form of court order to extend that. But after it's all said and done, what happens? You release this person who has been diagnosed as having some form of mental illness, and you release them back to the street. And then they commit another crime or do something heinous, and somebody else's life is lost. You put them in a mental institution. They're unable to stand trial because they've been diagnosed as schizophrenia or whatever the case might be. And then you put them back on the street. It's a revolving door. Well, someone once told me, never present a problem without presenting some form of a solution. Okay? My idea of a solution, we need ongoing, lifelong monitoring of someone who is diagnosed as having some form of mental illness that is not able to function in society. This is what is needed. I have some work, some research I looked up, and also I have additional assistance from a friend of mine who also did a lot of research on this topic, because it's a touching topic, and I think other people can see where we're coming from when we discuss this. So give me a second here, and I'll be right back at you. Let me hit you with some factual data on this mental illness. Stand by. We'll be right back.